What's up guys, back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga. This time I'll be reacting to the chapters Guardians Chapter 2 and Pursuers. Last time out we had some very interesting chapters, especially the first one, the World of Winged Things. We saw more of Rosine and Jill's kind of relationship, some interesting shots between the two of them as well, and I think it ended off with Rosine wanting Jill to become kind of fairy demon, elf demon. So it should be interesting to see where that goes. Again, I'm not sure if that's going to be a kind of hostile situation. Obviously, it's not been hostile at all between the two at the minute, has it? But obviously, if that's kind of denied, which I hope it is, that might kind of cause some danger for Jill, unfortunately. The second chapter, which was Guardians, was had some pretty nice action images in there. Again, kind of took away from the story. Well, it didn't take away from the story, but kind of took us away from the story that's going on with Rosine and Jill. So I'm hoping we get back to that with Pursuers today, and we're definitely getting back to that with the Misty Valley. So very much looking forward to the finale of this this volume. Again, we're going to have Misty Valley Chapter 1, 2 and Cocoons as well, which is a very interesting chapter. I imagine we're going to see some fucked up stuff there with the kid elves. But do let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. And I think that last chapter is probably going to be a bit of a nightmare for Guts, isn't it, as we go past his last nightmares. Yeah, we'll just have a look quickly exactly where we ended off. Guts cut Rosine's, a little bit of Rosine's, again I'm not sure what to call it, antenna type thing, off, and create this very scary looking face right in front of Jill, and that really got to Jill, didn't it? Understandably. But other than that, there really hasn't been kind of any animosity or anything with the two of them together, as there. If anything, almost like Rosine's a human again when she's with Jill. Yeah, they went off. I really like this shot here. And then obviously we had the insect battle in the forest last episode. This shot here was awesome. Oh, I shouldn't put this on screen again. Again, that was the first time willies were introduced last time. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But this was a pretty cool shot here, wasn't it? Kind of emerging from the dung beetle ball of dead bodies. Again, very imaginative stuff. And the beetle, Kabuto. And yeah, we finished off exactly with this shot here, with many more of these guys, again, all having their own little dingers as well. Just again, I don't like this edition. I really hope author, I can't imagine the author likes drawing it either, so maybe he doesn't mind, but I hope that's not here to stay. But yeah, let's get right into this one, guys. You can't pass. You who would hurt the children, you can't pass. These guys very much look like more kind of soldier, I was going to say soldier ants, like a little bit from Hunter x Hunter, a little bit these kind of more common type enemies, the mob enemies, quite a bit smaller and not as interestingly designed. No joke, I'm not going anywhere. This guy's got a really ugly face. I mean, they all have, but this guy more than the rest. On the right here, guy looks a bit like a horse, a cricket. There's no way I'll ever pass through and leave even one of you alive. Every last one of you is dead. Yep, you sure are. Unlucky little soldier flea ant things. Don't bother moving aside. I'll trample every one of you. Coming through. And they are quite small little bastards, aren't they? Obviously they're insects. I don't think they'll pose too much of a problem. Probably some of the easiest demons, perhaps, we'll face to date. Little spider one here. It would be really awesome to see like a massive creature insect, one of these. Maybe we saw a few during the eclipse. Conviction Arc, Lost Children chapter. Guardians chapter 2. Oh, here's some cool designs. Reminds me a little bit of his name. What's his name from Jurassic Park? And I'm thinking about the Fly. How am I forgetting his name? He's in 4 as well. 4 Ragnarok, I think it's called. Get his name. I'm a blank. The Fly. 1986. Oh, I got that spot on. A lot of good stuff came out in the 80s, so it's educated guess. Jeff Goldblum, that's the one, and obviously Cronenberg, the director. Reminds me of bit of a spoiler here if you haven't seen it, but it's like 45 years old. Pretty amazing when you think about it. Some of the films that are in the 80s are almost like 50 years old now, and actually still some of the best looking effects to date. Quite funny, isn't it? But yeah, it reminds me a little bit of this design right here, which is absolutely gross. First time I remember watching that. Absolutely gross. A bit more gross than this one, but similar. Again, it's amazing how they've done that good a job back in like almost 50 years ago now. Some ugly bastards. I really like this one. This one's really cool, isn't it? Just a kind of what's it called? Mosquito type. That's the thing about all these insect ones. They've all got really messed up faces. And I mentioned this during the eclipse. It's the ones with like the humanish faces that are the scariest. This guy's just like got a human face, but he's just got 2 hairy fucking antenna things coming out his eyeballs. Along with that kind of slender design, it looks really, really gruesome. Mow down as expected. I hate these things. Are they earwigs? I hate earwigs. Yeah, that might be what these are. And again, they just get mowed down. Again, as expected. I don't think the action is going to be too interesting during this part, just because again, probably again some of the weakest enemies we've ever faced, perhaps. And that's not for sure or anything, but I haven't even got to use the sword. I haven't even got to use it. Just going up. You know, I'd love to see an animated scene of this. Yeah, it's such a shame. We probably might not ever get that, but just a scene of them just mowing all these guys down. That's the thing. It'd be quite a bit more interested in an anime, just because the things you can do around it. You can make it like just this really quick, snappy sequence. Make it really badass. These guys are getting showered. I almost feel bad for them. Especially these little moth ones. That cockroach. Again, this one's quite cute. There's a few cute ones here and there. I did notice how during the eclipse as well, there was actually a few cute demons. Now, these two over here are actually okay. That little dragonfly. That's pretty cool. Little Ant-Man. I can't remember what these are called. They're really interestingly designed, aren't they, with that little front bit? But their head should be. Oh, and here comes the sword. He had to use it. I guess he's out of arrows. Like I said, it would be pretty cool just to see him just plow through all these guys, no sword needed, but I don't think it is actually needed. We're gonna brandish it again. I really love how they make it look so cool as well. The movement on it, but also just the size of it right here as well. Like in a shot like this, it's probably very hard to actually make it look as big as it is. But they've done a brilliant job here, didn't they? Kind of pointing it towards us almost, or almost like kind of like it's coming straight at us. Really interesting point of view of the sword right here. Again, it could look absolutely tiny because there's not a lot of space to work with right there, is there? That's just master artwork, isn't it? It's just a master at work right here. Like I've said, I think I said this last time I reacted to Berserk as well. It's just amazing how almost every panel is as good as some of the best panels I've seen on my like Twitter timeline that people post about their favorite manga and such. It's just amazing. Like this would top like 99% of pages probably in circulation. I can say that about almost any page. It's quite ironic I say that because this is the first thing I've ever read. But I just feel like that's the case, isn't it? Like this is some of the best artwork I've seen on a consistent basis. Take a hell of a lot of time. Again, some of these guys are quite cute. these guys here. Not this one. One looks like a fucking, yeah, nah, not this one. That's another cool shot right here. They're just flinging themselves at him. That calmness changes to fucking just rage. Oh, Puck. Guts, you jerk. I'm so pissed. I just can't accept that he's even human this time, even if I'm an elf. Hey, Pally. What do you think you could make a human's personality that screwed up? Okay, this is a bit complex as to where to read. Wow, that is pretty cool. We'll get to that in a minute. Again, I love these Puck segments. They're really awesome, aren't they? Got to feel with this bird a little bit right here, but he doesn't talk about himself one bit, you see. So you picked up on that as well, eh? He doesn't, does he? Not at all, really. He only thinks of elves as bugs or something. If I hadn't been with him till now, where would he be? He does not get how important I am at all. I mean, true to an extent, you could be very important, Puck, but he hasn't really been important, so it'd probably be about in the same place he is. So he's kind of talking smoke here, Puck, but he's kind of right in a way. Like what we saw with the healing, he could actually be very useful. But yeah, this is pretty cool shot. Like a fucking femto. It looks like a Mario kind of small fry villain. Boyd there. I mean, I forget these two names, Conrad and something. I always forget this one's name. Lane. That's pretty awesome. I love the change of art styles that they use with Puck as well. There's so many different styles of artwork. This is the limit of his memory. So there's that. What the heck happened between Guts and those god things anyway? I mean, they say that he wasn't even there, so I mean, it's not like it's his memory at play there, is it? How does Puck even know about this in the first place? I guess from first couple chapters actually. Forgot about that. We did see them earlier on in the manga, especially his relationship with that raven-looking one. It must have been beyond description if it made him into what he is. True. Something incredible must have happened. Again, we wouldn't call it incredible, but I guess it was kind of incredible in a dark way. But what? Band. What is it? What does it mean by band? Not sure what he means by banned here. But he's on some good tracks here, Puck, isn't he? Bringing up some good points. A human's whole life stained with nothing but rage. Now, what would do that? He fallen asleep here or something? It looks like this bird's trying to shake him off. Perhaps. I was going to say a minute ago, what's happened to the top of his head? Is that where Puck landed? Oh no, he's just picking away. Picking away at the bird's feathers, making him bald. Ah, forget it, forget it. He's got nothing to do with me anymore anyhow. Nothing at all. It's too late. And I see the bird got rid of him. Good. Good. Look at this poor bird. I don't care, nevermore. Is this place? The Misty Valley? Oh crap! Escape! Wow, I was gonna say it's quite fortunate story-wise he's landed here. Quite unfortunate in actuality. Although maybe not, because he is an elf himself, so I'm not really sure how they feel about actual elves. I guess they're okay with them. They're gonna like abduct Puck, but I guess we'll see. They did kind of see him with guts, so maybe they will. But wait, is Jill somewhere in there? Okay. Okay, this is a good chance. Going in. If I run off now, I do tell him I'll have failed spiritually. Just you wait, Jill. Here I come. Olka launching. What's this? So small. A World War II human bomb kamikaze plane. Okay. But I don't expect that. Oka launching. I thought this was going to be some kind of fun reference. No, it's a World War II human bomb kamikaze. Wow. Okay. Okay. If he's left alone, this will steadily become a different manga. True. Too true. Do you know what? I'd be very interested to see a Puck only manga. That would be a lot, probably a lot less dark. Although I say that again, we probably get stuff like this, but a lot less dark and probably a lot of fun. Might be too much though. Who knows? Again, it's nice every so often. Again, especially to go against the kind of usual grain we get with Berserk, isn't it? Woo! One man, one kill. Been doing this often recently, hasn't it? So it's kind of skeleton lagging behind. Oh, lagging a bit. I'll just check my recording. Oh, we're okay. I don't know why it does that every so often. When I scroll, it lags a little bit. Looks like just about all these fucking insects have died. Looks like it was actually more of a task than I did say. Probably just because about the sheer amount of numbers. You do know with insects, when there is one, there is like 1,000 in most cases. Yeah, probably should have expected that, to be honest. Breathing heavy. Love that we just got these decapitated heads of these insects on our fucking just around us. This one's still moving. Fuck now. Not anymore, but oh, there is more. It looks like there's more powerful ones to come here as well. Not a pretty good game plan from the insects. Used all their weak soldiers first. Now they're going to send out. I mean, it's not like genius or anything, but used all the soldiers first. Then come the next wave of higher ranking officers. You'd really be able to defeat them all alone. He meant to say that. You'd really be able to defeat them all alone. I mean, you did. I mean, you would. You had? No. Not really sure how that works. Might be me being silly there. That looks jacked. We got more of these things. Come on, man. I'm hoping it's just for these chapters that this is happening. Are you really human? Yeah. Why can't I care what either of you say? But they're transforming. Good. Again, I've had enough of these fucking little ding dongs fucking swinging about. These Guardian chapters. We've got a mantis and a giant beetle. Giant beetle. There's so many species of beetles I cannot name. Maybe this one's a rhinoceros beetle. Quite similar looking. Horns. And yeah, this one's a mantis. Always love the mantises. I've never seen one in person. It's a shame, but always really like the design. What to call them? A quick nature. And yeah, as I said, this guy's going to be quick. Lethal insects. Oh, it's quite small though. Here they are. Fucking hell, looks like he does get guts good here. Like I said, quick as fuck. What? Quick? Those things move quick. And here comes the giant fucking beetle. This one's going to be near impossible to stop moving. He's charging at you like this. And like I mentioned, I think last couple chapters as well, their shells are hard as hell. But that didn't really phase them. Didn't really phase guts earlier. This one's probably going to be even more tough though. It gets knocked up in the air. Guardians Chapter 2 End. Ah, there's his eyes. See his eyes there? Oh, well, they are in the same place. It's just a really interesting shot of him, of his eyes here. Actually, quite the bad placement, to be honest. Quite the vulnerable. Well, I guess not, because there's this huge fucking horn in the way of it right there. So perhaps not. But yeah, liking these designs. Like I said, I've always been a fan of insects and their kind of design. So they are pretty much essentially just insects. Not really too much kind of demonic kind of deformations or anything to their design, is there? Maybe the author just wanted to draw some insects 1 week. And again, they are beautifully fucking drawn, aren't they? But yeah, it looks like we're stopping with that gut situation for a little while. And this will be the last chapter today. Conviction Arc, Lost Children chapters. Pursuers. Okay. Wow. What is going on here? What are these? Oh, that is just a shovel. I thought there was a hole in the middle. It's like some kind of strange pickfork. But what the fuck's going on here? Are these the kids that came up when and attacked Guts? Or are these the bodies of the kids that were turned into elves that Guts killed, I imagine, actually, aren't they? They look pretty similar. Well, they are the same fucking kids, of course, but don't worry about that whole last minute. That was just me being silly. So we're saying a prayer and doing a mass burial. They've been dead a while though, haven't they? I mean, they haven't because they were demons, but they've been dead a while essentially. As soon as you turn to a demon, you should know Guts is going to get you. Hey, steady on. Our son might be among them. Impossible. That couldn't be true. I'm drinking again. I was always drinking. But that's quite funny. Our son might be among them. Obviously, you can't tell any of them apart. Whose fault was that, really? Terrible parenting from everyone in this fucking village, in my opinion. Like I said, if this was if my consciousness was in all these villages, there would be no adults before there's no children in this village. Even if you're delaying the inevitable, at least you're doing something. I think I probably would just be delaying the inevitable. I'd die. It's so weird talking about me as a collective consciousness of people. Don't know how conversations get to that point, but yeah, I mean, okay, it would be denying the inevitable, but it would also create a chance. There'd be a chance rather than just giving up. But he's drinking from a liver. I've seen a few of these design bottles before back in the day. I think they're made out of like cows usually, or kind of cow skin and stuff like that. Not 100% sure on that, but they do look pretty cool. Ah, is this that army we saw at the start of this arc? We did start off with that, didn't we? We started off with, I can't really remember because it was quite a while ago now since I read it. But we started off with this kind of looking at this army, didn't we? I haven't really seen anything from them since. New army, and it has been a while, and I think it was only the one chapter, so apologies. Should be able to tell once we see their horse armor. And again, another thing I love about the series, every design is great, but like the difference in horse armor, you can kind of instantly tell which army's which from what they're wearing and their flag. Huh? An army? Why are they here? Another war? Everyone to the forest, quickly! Wait, good people, there is no need for worry. Father Hobbs, to think that we should lay eyes upon them in a place like this. Yeah, it is that army. Got the unicorn horn. Look at this armor. That's so cool. That's so cool. This guy's got a little moustache. And they do look pretty badass, don't they, with the eyes covered like that, and this one looks pretty nasty looking. Yeah, and all kind of intimidation tactics and such. I'm not sure what kind of intimidation tactics a unicorn brings, but it does look pretty cool. I think at that point when you're the leader, you just say, fuck it, I don't need to be intimidating. Just want to look cool. Just do what I want. But who are these? The Iron Chain Knights? They've got these chains, haven't they? I think it's like the Holy Iron Chain Knights or something like that. And they are holy, so I think we can at least count the priest safe here. I like this guy's armor as well. It's pretty cool, isn't it? But why are they here? This is pretty bad. Well, is it pretty bad news? I'm not sure. Is this help? Is this backup for Guts help potentially? This would be nice if it was some backup for Guts. One of the only times we'll ever see that, I imagine. And not by purpose, of course. But also, they could just make things worse. All forces, halt! That's the thing. With demons, at least you know what you're getting. Sometimes with humans, you really don't. Excuse us for disturbing your activity. Who is the priest in charge of this parish? I am. My name is Hobbs. Pardon me? We have been sent to this place by the Holy See on a mission of miracle recognition. I am Farnes, leader of the Holy Iron Chain Knights. Do you know what? I've done a pretty good job remembering that as well. My memory's been serving me well today. Somehow. Well, I say that. I was talking about this kids a minute ago. We forget that. Miracle recognition? But why in a region as remote as this? I beg your pardon. In that regard. Incidentally, what is this? Please, you must speak in the village chapel, though I can offer no hospitality. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Though I can offer no hospitality. All forces, a brief rest. Assist with the burial in shifts. What the hell does this say? Azan Sir Pico. Oh, it's a name. Azan Sir Pico, accompany me. Aye. Yes, ma'am. First time I've seen this guy look lively. And the army arrive, of course. So that's the one with the cool looking helmet. Where's his mouth? Up there, somewhere. An elf? And a black swordsman? You may not believe the story, but in God's name, all of it is true. And those children, as you saw them, that certainly is hard to believe. All at once. But is it to confirm that authenticity that we have been sent to this place? Which means we are following that black swordsman. Oh shit, this might just be some bad news. This sneaky little prick. Cannot divulge to you the details, but I think you are aware that many regions have seen repeated incidents of plagues and poor harvest these past few years. Apologies. In addition, wild rumours have again become commonly spread. Wild rumours? Of evil spirits and such things. Well, it's going to be becoming more and more common, isn't it now? So it's quite interesting to see how the world reacts to that. Eyewitness reports to the Holy See of spectres and monsters have increased these past 2 or 3 years. Of course, nearly all of them are nothing more than baseless falsehoods. Really? It's quite interesting. I would have thought more often than not they'd be true. Therefore, it is unthinkable for the Holy See to move on each and every one. So you go on the only guy whose job it is, well, it's not even his job, whose life mission is to take out all these demons. Okay. The thing is as well, even if they meet Guts, nothing's going to be kind of cleared up. We know how Guts is. Guts is really just going to say piss off and then just get himself in trouble. But mysteriously, among those eyewitness reports, there is one common account that surfaces. That is, the Black Swordsman. It's quite unfortunate the bodies kind of, not sure if this is the right word, but kind of dissipate either into the kind of old form of the person that turned into a demon, or they just kind of return to that realm. Quite unfortunate, there's never really any evidence left of these events, so that's probably why he or she, I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman yet, to be honest with you. It would actually be easier to tell in Japanese because they just because of the way it's spoken. That's another thing you can kind of the animes do slightly differently with the voice actors and such. You can tell things slightly easier, tells in the tone of voice and such, and just the way they speak, like boku and stuff like that, for example. Yeah, I'm not actually sure if this is. I'm pretty sure it's actually a woman. It could be a kind of Canute situation. I was going to mention this earlier. It does remind me of Canute. Maybe Canute was kind of based off this design. Who knows? But yeah, it makes sense as to why earlier she said most of the cases were kind of falsehoods. When we traced this man's steps while relying upon these rumours, to our surprise, almost every time we came upon some grisly incident. And they have so again. And now, another one. And I don't think you can blame these guys for also thinking that maybe Guts is behind some of this as well. Like, he's obviously, they know he's massively involved, so they want to track him down, but everywhere he goes is kind of death, destruction, gruesomeness. So I also couldn't blame these guys if they did think the worst. Who is that man? Is he nothing more than an imaged vision born from the unrest of the people? Or is he merely a villainous criminal to whom exaggerated rumours have been attached? Or possibly, does he hold some importance to our religion? I don't think so. It may be. Still don't really know much about this religion. Got some religion, maybe less than 1% compatibility between those two words for me. Although I say that, there's been a lot of religious demonic stuff happening, so maybe I'm actually wrong. When I do hear that, I do think of kind of the good side of religion as such, the hopeful side, and yeah, more than the other stuff. That's probably why I say that. Alright, a lot of dialogue here. I see. I do sometimes struggle with these kind of slimmer ones just because they're almost like one word, which you'd think would be easier to read, but I've kind of got used to reading the usual way. I do not know the circumstances, but it is weighty enough that your group has mobilized against one man. They sure have. It would seem that the reason is serious indeed. I suppose all that can be done is to meet with this man directly and to ascertain the truth of the matter. But this is the most troubling. The misty valley where the Black Swordsman seemed to be headed is, as I mentioned earlier, an extraordinarily dangerous place. The villagers in this region have dispatched vigilante groups a number of times, but to this day not one man has returned. I wish to have one of the villagers guide you, but I do not wish to expose anyone to... Father! Oh, is he gonna take him there, is he? You know what, makes sense to be honest. He'd want to be part of like a group like this again, considering his PTSDs and such. Awfully brave thing for him to do for such a lowly man, in my opinion, but this is right where he fits in, isn't it? Just a minute there, father. Jill? I guess it kind of helps with the Jill situation as well, doesn't it? Maybe I must underestimate him a little bit. Perhaps he actually wants, rather than kind of go back into that setting, maybe he actually wants his daughter back. Which I think would be the first, like, that would be kind of no need for explanation for a normal person, you'd think. as the mother's thinking about her. I'm home. Dear? I'm heading out soon. Hey, where'd you put it? It? You know, it. The armour I brought home from the war. Luck's finally smiling on me. Good damn! I almost want to talk like if you guys have seen Texas Chainsaw 2, I almost want to talk like name Bill Moseley's character, I forget his name. Chop Top. Almost want to talk like Chop Top when this guy's speaking. Can't wait to see this guy in his armour. Is in his Sunday best. The guts is getting done over still, so we are returning here, which is good. Again, pretty cool combination, isn't it? The fast, quick, sly smallness of the praying mantis, and then the absolute bulldozer of this rhinoceros beetle. Look at these as well. That's some power right there in those legs coming from. Not sure what to call these. These are like the shoulders, but kind of inward. They're huge. These two are tougher than those other bugs. Are they? I mean, you could tell that just from looking at them, but obviously, we used to be knights. That explains a little bit of them. I think it is like the stronger you were as a human and such. We see that with Skull Knight as well. I wonder what Guts would be like as a demon. That'd be pretty cool to see. But it does seem like the stronger you were as a human. See with Griffith as well, the influence he had. Maybe not strength all the time, as in kind of brute strength, but maybe other factors as well. But the higher up you were as a human, the more powerful you are as a demon. That's for sure. We used to be knights. You'd best not lump us in with those others. No wonder. That's why. They're so tough. Do you know what? This guy almost reminds me a little bit of, is it Boscone? That's the one. Bosk. Reminds me a little bit of Boscone. Face-wise. Obviously a little bit of disrespect there to Boscone. But Boscone looks a little bit like a beetle. Just get a reminder up. Boss. There's no way I'm spelling this right. No. There's no way I'm spelling that right. Boss C. And it is just like scone. Oh, it's actually a lot simpler than I made it. And yeah, I'm not wrong. He does look. I think that goes with the whole rhinoceros thing I was talking about, to be honest with you, about this probably being a rhinoceros beetle. Because Boscone was a little bit rhinoceros-like. Is that live action? Oh no. Say, is there a live action Berserk? I think they're actually making one, aren't they? Yeah, looks. I don't think you can hate me for saying this beetle looks like Boscone. And actually, the likeness is actually quite uncanny. Oh shit, here comes the mantis. Quick ass arms. The thing is though about the mantis, if you do take off its arms, it's got nothing else to do really. I mean, it can bite and eat. I mean, it's not much of a threat though. But those are some tough pincer claw things as well. Good blocks, and then the beetle absolutely slams guts. Bloody hell, that must be awful. This cheesy little fucking cheesy little smile. Jesus. Absolutely flung. Not good. Can't fight them both at once. You know, this army would be really fucking helpful right now. Oh shit, we actually cut into it. I was actually, oh wow, we actually did cut into it. Good. I was actually expecting our first attempt to, or the first couple of attempts to actually kind of fail. It even looks like a beetle's armor is not enough for guts, to stop guts. It's no use. With my hips turned from dodging, can't kill it with one hit. So it looks like he can't get enough power to kind of swing his whole body into the strike, because he's actually waiting to dodge. Well, as we see from this shot right here, he's kind of jumping up a little bit and backwards, so he can't get the proper strength. But he's done a good shot right there. To be honest, I think it's more this guy we need to worry about, but he's so elusive. So this praying mantis. At the same time, I can't dodge this time. Even if I dodge the big one, I can't avoid the mantis bastard's speed. What do I do? To kill in front? And in the back at the same time? You just got to start doing 360s. Just start spinning your sword around in a circle. I mean, the mantis probably just come over the top at that point, but that would be hilarious if guts just started doing that. Almost like a bit of a magical girl kind of move or something. Just start spinning, doing this pose as well. I can't remember what it's called. Kind of glitch pose. The T pose, that's the one. Just T posing but swinging. That'd be absolutely hilarious. He's doing it. I mean, not T-posing, but it looks like he's creating some kind of tornado of swings, and he's shooting his. Is that for propulsion? Is he propelling himself to swing even to spin even? My God, imagine how fucking dizzy you'd be after this. I mean, humans get dizzy from like 10, 20 spins anyway. Fucking hell, imagine this. I think we're going to see some puke by the end of this. I think that is one of the last panels, though, unfortunately. That's pretty damn smart. I mean, Guts is thinking like someone in the 21st century. Again, this was a long time ago, so pretty genius. Obviously, the further you go, kind of more the average kind of IQ and stuff does go up as well. So this time period, fucking absolute genius. Yeah, look at this guy. Eye out of the socket. They do love their eyeballs, Berserk. But usually I'm disproven when I make a proclamation like that, so it's nice to feel good. I did call myself a genius, but again, I think it's not genius in our day and age, but it's genius going back, isn't it? I mean, I'm not sure about the legitimacy in the real world. This probably wouldn't work at all in the real world. Might do, to a little bit. Well, it would. But again, you'd probably just fall over. Get dizzy and fall over. Oh no, he actually did shoot him. Oh shit. I see. So it wasn't just for propulsion. He'd done the spins, and then he shot when the rhino attacked him. Okay. So I was disproven. Every time, like I said, every time I say something like this, I always get fucking embarrassed. But it was almost what I said. So yeah, it looks like he done some spins to make sure he wasn't getting hit by the mantis, and then the beetle charged him, and then he shot the beetle and got the mantis. Obviously, the mantis, seeing that the beetle was going in, it went in as well, and he got them both with one attack. We better hope there's not more after this, though, because actually these guys are pretty big trouble, weren't they? Damn, that is that cut with like spins. That's really cool. Nice little detail right there. This side as well. As he just blown. Again, the cape doing some wonders here. Actually, not as important during this scene. You can imagine it actually doesn't actually impact it as much. But again, it's always a lovely addition, to be honest with you. Again, it's such a stroke of genius adding this cape. But yeah, there's the mantis cut in half. Again, best cut his arms off just for good measure. I think he is probably done. Conviction arc, Lost Children chapter, Sewer's End. We'll just have a little. I haven't had my full fill to. I don't feel like I've had my full fill yet, but I'm gonna have a peek at the next page. Is Puck's special weapon, and he's actually wielding it like an axe or a sword or something as well. Little fucking leaf. Yep. Oh, it was well worth it. It's got a little leaf. I'm not sure what to call it. Hand guard. Wow. Again, it's so hilarious just knowing that if you just went like this, that whole thing would just come apart. Puck would just be set miles. But he's taken after the knights, hasn't he? Not sure where he's got this. Oh, he just took it from this poor fucking beetle. Is this another rhino beetle? Another little one here, which is probably its son. Maybe they got the same kind of design. Wait, that's not even their eyes. I thought that was his eyes. No, this is Puck's symbol. What the hell is this, man? No, I'm very glad I saw this early. Maybe it would have actually been better starting with this, but I feel like I actually appreciate it a bit more right here than I would have if I started with this. But yeah, it looks like he's somehow got his logo where the beetle's head is. He's luring the beetle with what, a piece of watermelon? It looks like watermelon. A tiny bit of watermelon. And he's actually wearing the beetle's wing armor as a shield on his chest and as a helmet. And you know what? He looks pretty badass, doesn't he? Got a little that butterfly. Got a butterfly on the top of his hat. Looks a bit like Robin Hood. What's the kid from? Forget what that is. With the pirate Crook. The Crook. Got the kind of crocodile that sounds like a clock. I didn't really ever like it. It's just why I don't know what it's called. No, I don't remember. Yeah, he's got a little feather right here. Again, his son probably got pissed off that his dad's getting ridden, and he's put the same little logos on him. How the hell? Again, how did he do this? I would love to see the process of this occurring. But I also absolutely can't wait to see him arrive like this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. What an end that was. Seeing Puck here. Again, I love Puck. Puck's such an awesome addition. Again, you really do question how the hell did we go all that span of like 10 volumes without Puck. Really is quite amazing, isn't it? But yeah, that was a lovely first page of the next chapter, which is going to start with a bang. It does look like. But yeah, some really nice artwork today. As I said, always liking the designs of the monsters as usual. Again, the insects, like I said, they pretty much are just insects, but they're awesomely drawn, aren't they? And like I said, I do like the kind of anatomy and such of insects anyway. So it was a pretty good fight here, and pretty, well, I say even. It was quite uneven for a while, wasn't it? But these are actually a lot harder to defeat than I did initially think. We got some interesting stuff here with the Holy Iron Knights, didn't we? Again, I'm very interested to see what happens with these guys. We saw them very early on during the start of this arc, so they're probably going to be quite important going forward, obviously, on Guts' tail, whether they kind of help him or hinder him. Probably more hindrance, I imagine, especially if they kind of start meeting early on, but perhaps there might be kind of some kind of agreement. It's interesting that they think he might be a kind of religious figure or something, or kind of intertwined with their religion. I find that quite interesting. Obviously, I think they heard about most of this stuff from, I think it was like a woman with a crystal ball, if I remember correctly. So yeah, and a lot of the stuff that did happen before this arc and in the eclipse was prophesized as well by this army. So they've certainly got some interesting stuff going on, but a lot of really promising kind of storylines going on in Berserk right now, isn't there? With this army, with Jill and Rosie, and with Guts, of course, Puck. Lots of very interesting stuff going on right now. So I'm really loving this arc so far. You know, it might even have the capabilities of beating out the Eclipse for me, just from the kind of basis of where we're at right now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Maybe I might be speaking a bit too far ahead right there, but just because we're so early on. But again, it really is looking very promising right now. Do let me know what you guys think about this chapter, these chapters down in the comment section, and especially what you made of this image right here. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'll be back whenever I'm back with both the Misty Valley chapter 1 and chapter 2, and Cocoons, the final chapter of this volume. So hopefully you can join me then, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.